Alright, everybody, so we've got the official reveal of Rose Goku Black here on Global. I mean, we already had the reveal. This is the stat reveal, I guess. So we got CALCS in this video. That's, I know that's what everybody likes to see. So, again, just a quick overview of Rose's kit. I'm not going to go into the whole thing here. He leads Super Bosses. He's introducing the category on Global. Super Bosses is terrible. Corroded Body and Mind is also terrible, so his leader skill is completely trash. His base kit here, he gets 200% attack and defense. He guards for 1 turn. He gets 30% damage reduction. He gets 6% extra damage reduction per Super Boss's category ally on the team, up to 30%. The 30% damage reduction that he gets at the start of turn that I mentioned earlier, like 2 seconds ago, not this one, but this other one, goes away after you attack. He gets an additional attack for every rainbow key sphere that you get. He has a high chance of he launches an additional attack as a high chance of becoming a super attack. If you do 5 attacks in battle, he gets a additional super attack or something. I don't know. Listen, he does a bunch of attacks. He gets 30% attack and defense per attack in the turn. This does reset every turn. Super Boss's category allies 2 key within the same turn after receiving an attack. Great chance of nullifying Key Blast super attacks directed at this character. So, I mean, that's what he's got going on. He has an active skill that competes with Broly's, so it's pretty trash. That kind of blows. And he transforms into like this Super Saiyan Rose clones. Has the same name, but they'll be able to link together after they transform. Super attack effects basically stay the same, but like it changes a little bit. But his passive, this goes up to 222%. Those additionals that he gets with rainbow orbs can now become supers occasionally. It's a rare chance, but they can each become supers. He has 66% damage reduction at the start of turn. It goes away after he attacks. And then now he gets 33% every time he attacks. So that's the brief overview. We'll go over it in more detail as we talk about the calcs here. So just to get into it, let's go ahead and look at the calcs. Let me go ahead and fix this. There we go. So yeah, this is Global First Dokkan Fest Rose. We can go ahead and take a look at his stats here. Not this. Hang on. There we go. So his stats, right? He has 8,745k defense, and he has extreme physical stats. So that is, if I go over here to my cheat sheet, 4,600 to defense. You guys can't see it. Oh, no. You still can't see it. Well, it is what it is. It's 4,600 to defense. So that's what we've got going here is 8,745 plus 4,600. Over here, we've got the same thing plus 2,000. That is how you calculate his defensive stat. So you can go figure out if it's 69%, whatever equips. You guys can adjust the number from there. Okay, he does have a 200% leader. He actually has several, but the point is he has one. So we're just calculating this on a general 200% leader. I don't really have a intended team in mind, but he has several. So you just multiply by 5. That's 200% leader skills because obviously like you're going to run 2 leaders, right? And they each give 200%. 200 plus 200 is 400. So this, like 13,000 right here, if you took 400% of that, it'd be like, what, if we took this, times 4, right, it's 53,380, but that's just the buff that we get. Oh, you guys can't see that, but anyway, my goodness, I'm fumbling over here. You still can't see it. God dang it, man. There we go. 53,380. That's the buff that we get. So this is the 400% buff. It adds in with the 13,345. You add those together, it gets you to 66,725. So that's how we do that math, okay? And that's going to be the same moving forward. It's like Big Bad Bosses right here gives a 25% buff if it's activated, right? But if you just did 25% of this 66,000, it'd only be like, I don't know, what, 17,000 or something like that? What is this times 0.25? Yeah, so it's 16,681, okay? So that's the buff that gets added into here. It wouldn't make any sense if you're like, all right, now I'm going to calculate my links, and you multiplied this by 0.25, and then you went down, right? So you have to add the numbers together. That's what this 1 is doing. That's why everything is basically 1 higher than what you would expect it to be, is because we're adding a 1 in there to include the original value that we're, like, multiplying into. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Let me know if that doesn't make sense. So 200% at the start of turn is the stats. If I go back over to here, this is Form 1 right here, 200% attack and defense at the start of turn. So that's where we're getting that number from, okay? And we're just multiplying by 3. Again, that's 200% plus 1. 200%, you know, as a decimal would be 2.0. So you add in 100% or 1, and it's 300%, which is this. Okay. And then over here, we got 2.4, which is actually 3.4 because I just did a baseline 40% support over here. So again, I don't really have a support in mind on this side, but that's the only difference on this side is I'm just running through a flat 40% support. That's what's happening on this side. So that's what we got going on there. And now this is where we start getting complicated, okay? If we go back and look at the calc, or if we go back and look at the details here, this is probably really hard for you guys to see. So let me open this in a new tab and zoom in. Can I zoom in more? There we go. All right. I can't scroll though, so you'll just have to look at it over here. Let's do some math. All right. So Goku Black, he's gonna do 1 attack on a turn guaranteed. All right. So can I get like a give me a second. Hang on. All right. Listen, I had to pull up MS Paint here. So like no matter what, Rose is going to get one attack. Right. Like we got a tally. So this is gonna be just attacks up here. That's what this is gonna be. And down here, this is going to be supers. That's definitely an S, dude. That's an S. Okay. So this is supers. So like this first attack that we do, it could be an attack or it could be a super, just depending on what happens. But we're guaranteed to at least get 1 attack that could also be a super. Okay. So that's guaranteed. Okay. So, and then we get guards for 1 turn. Damage reduction. Okay. We don't need to read any of that. Boom. Launches an additional attack per rainbow key sphere obtained. Those are just attacks. None of these can be supers. But in theory, hypothetically, you could maybe sometimes get 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know I should be. You know what? Hang on. Let's. We're having drawing time. Okay. There we go. Get back over here. So 1. Actually, I'm going to make these a different color. That way we know that it's from a different like part of the passive. So this is for the rainbow key spheres right here. So 1. Hello? Oh, I'm still on the brushes. There we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So now we're up to 6 attacks. None of those can be supers, though. None of these new ones can be supers. Okay. Launches an additional super attack. Oh, wait, no. I'm sorry. I skipped a line. Launches an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack. Okay. So this is a different part of the passive. Right here. So this is an additional attack. Man, I wanted this to be green. Come on. Come on. Listen. The audience grows. They grow restless, Paint. Okay, additional attack has a high chance to be a super attack. Okay, are we following? We're all following, right? Okay. Then launches an additional super attack every time the character attacks 5 times in battle. Okay, so if we do 5 attacks, which here we've done, 7. We can do another attack. All right? That can be a super attack. Yes. It is a guaranteed super attack. Okay. So we could, in theory, do a third super attack right there. Okay? And then, oh, but wait, there's more. We could get the hidden potential attack. All right? So on turn 1, in theory, it is possible to do 9 attacks, 4 of which could be supers. Okay? So again, this is your first attack, is the black one. The blue ones are the theoretical rainbow key spheres that are all guaranteed normals. The green is that high chance. You launch an additional attack that's a high chance to be a super attack in the passive. The red is the guaranteed one if you do 5 attacks in battle, just 5. And then orange is the hidden potential. So, again, in theory, that's 9 attacks, 4 of which could be supers on turn 1. Now, here's the thing, is that I believe that this right here, this 5 times or more in battle, would carry over to the next turn. So you could get some crazy shenanigans going where, like, on your next turn, you compound this, like, you get another 9 attacks, and I think you could kind of chain this into getting this off twice. But I don't even want to think about that. So, but this is the highest possible scenario that you can get. So for my calcs, what I did here, let me do this, right? Oh, that's the wrong one. Hang on. There we go. Is I just did 4 attacks in the passive. I felt like that was fair, right? Like, again, if we're looking at my color chart, which, again, you guys can't see. If we're looking at my color chart right here, okay, everybody sees the fun color chart, right? I figure 4 attacks out of these 9, I figure that's possible, because you're going to get this first one. You may get 1 or 2 of these. You're going to get this one. You're probably not going to get the red one. You could get the orange one. You know, I figured 4. I figured 4 was a good number. You guys may disagree, but since there's not really many rainbow orb changers on his team, I don't know. So that's what we're looking at here. Is I just went with 4, and then just in theory we could get 4 super attacks out of it, possibly. Granted, that would probably change things a little bit, but you guys kind of see what I'm doing here. So back over to this. So 4 attacks in the passive would be 120% because we get 30% for every attack that we do. And then each super attack from the super attack effect also gives us 30%. So this is what we would be at, like, after doing 4 attacks. Like, if we just did 4 normals, this is what we would be at. But if we got 1 super attack, we would be at 715. And again, this is just assuming all normals. So basically, like, this would be if you got 1 super and then 3 normals. This would be 2 supers and 2 normals. This would be 3 supers and 1 normal. This would be 4 supers, 0 normals, is what this scenario would be. And then the same thing on this side, but with 40% support. So you can see that is a lot of work to get the 1.2 million defense. You know, I feel like Piccolo Jr. was just doing this last year, like, for free. But I don't know. You guys may disagree. And then down here, this is kind of a minimalistic scenario. So it's possible that you load into the turn and you just get the 2 attacks. You don't get any rainbow orbs. You know, you're not getting your hidden potential system or anything like that. So you just get 2 attacks. And this is what you would be at with a theoretical 2 attack turn. So that's kind of that. Now, we do transform. And again, things get crazy. Things get really crazy. All right, we've got our handy dandy chart back over here. Let's go ahead and get the select tool and just do this and delete. Okay. So now, again, in this passive, we're going to have, again, this is going to, oh, that's the select tool. We got to get the brush. All right, so this is going to be the attacks right up here, attacks. Let me just close off that A there. Then down here is going to be the supers again. I cannot make an S with this mouse. Okay, there we go. Supers, something like that. Okay. So, again, we got our basic attack that we could do that could also be a super attack. Cool. This is, God, hang on. Okay, we got the correct passive pulled up here now. Yeah, remember those rainbow, now, Rosé is a rainbow orb changer, so that's good. And he launches an additional attack that is a rare chance becoming a super attack per rainbow key sphere obtained. So again, the most rainbow key spheres on a turn that you can get is 5, in theory. So you could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But now, in theory, you could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Launches an additional attack. There's a rare chance becoming a super attack. Launches an additional attack. There's a great chance of becoming a super attack. Okay. I think we did green for this one, right? Green. Okay. And then launches an additional super attack every time the character attacks 5 or more times in battle. This was orange, right? I don't remember. So yeah, orange. And then finally, we have the hidden potential system. We'll make it purple this time. So, possibly, you could do 9 super attacks on a turn. And then again, you could like chain this into another turn where you do another 9 supers in theory. And actually, it would probably be more because again, you'd be chaining that. So because like right, because like let's this is turn one, right? Like this is turn one, right? But then you could go turn two, right? This is turn two, right? And then you would get this. And then I think you would actually get 2 of these because you did 5 attacks, right? Like you closed off this 5 right here, and then you also closed off this 5, so you get those 2, and then you get the hidden potential. And so on your second turn, you could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You could do 10 supers on a turn on your second turn. In theory, possibly. Very rare, but possible to do 10 super attacks on your second turn with this character. Yeah. So I mean that's cool. Very rare. So this is going to make this like the ultimate Twitter clip unit. But that is in his kit. Like this exists in the game now. So that's interesting. I will never see this in my lifetime. But show me if you guys get this to happen, let me know. But anyway, back over to CALCS now. I just decided to go with 6 attacks from the passive, and 4 of them are supers. That felt fair. I don't really want to calc 10 attacks. I don't want to do that. I don't want to say, in theory, we could get 10 supers here at 33% apiece. Like, what would that be? Well, now I'm curious. Okay, listen, this is a all right, listen, you guys are gonna have to be good boys and girls. It's down here. It's the secrets lie beneath us. But anyway, so I mean, you can see it's basically the exact same thing as happening was above, but now this is 222% at the start of turn. This is giving us 33% per attack in the passive, and then this is still giving us 30% per super. So I mean, you can see once he transforms, he's definitely a lot better defensively after he super attacks, but he does lose the damage reduction entirely. So you are much more dependent on actually getting these supers. So I don't really know how I feel about that. And then again, this is like down here. This is like a minimum scenario. So this would be very unlucky. But this can happen where you have a rainbow orb changer and you get unlucky with the orbs and you're not able to get any. That can happen a few times. So I just wanted to throw the numbers out there, So we have a minimum scenario down here, only 2 attacks, 66%, and then just 2 supers, right? So obviously this is not going to be very common, but this can happen. So just keep that in mind. Now down here, this would be if he got his full 10 super attack turn that I was just talking about. And this would be 330%, right? Because it'd be 33% times 10 attacks. So that's 330. And then let's just assume they're all supers because you're the luckiest person in the world. Yeah. So it's pretty neat. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about this rosé. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to catch you guys next time.